Hello, this is Cathy Cassidy and I am here to read you another chapter of Scarlett, and it's another very dramatic chapter, so hold on to your hats. And as always, or as often, I've got another little shout out to do before we begin. And the shout out today is to Asma, Miasai, to Nikki and Holly, Delilah, Eve, Ella Ann, Wajiha, Francesca, Siwong, Anushka, Sahia, Benita, Sheena, Helen, Doreen, Mel, Natalie, Helen Craig, Bracken, Lal, Kiki, Ali, Nicole, Amelie, Di, Jan, and everybody else who I've forgotten who might have wanted a shout out today. And I think a little while ago we had some questions and you've been answering, but sometimes you just comment really cool things on the YouTube channel as well. And I had a lovely comment from Ali who says that she likes to hear the screeching song of the seagulls when I read outside because it reminds her of sunny seaside days. So here you go, I am outside again. We might have some screeching seagulls. We definitely have some screeching children. Little kids that live across the back are out playing today because the sun is trying to come through, and that's a nice backdrop anyway. And also a comment from lovely Amelie, who said that she was shocked at the nose piercing bit in the story earlier on, because it really hurt her when she got her ears done. And I would definitely, Amelie, do not get your nose pierced under any circumstances. It's not advisable. So there we go. I'm going to push on and read you chapter 29. And maybe those seagulls will come in and give us a little squawk, and maybe they won't. We'll see. The maternity wing smells of disinfectant and hope. I sit on a blue vinyl chair in the waiting area, Ed at my side, his big palm-patterned presence calming, comforting. Sylvie has gone off to fetch coffee, which she says will make everyone feel better. Claire is in the delivery suite with the doctor and the midwife. Groans of pain drift out now and again to reassure us all that the labour is progressing. I flip open Ed's mobile and punch Dad's number in yet again. Why have a mobile if you never switch it on? It's infuriating. What if I can't get through at all and Dad and Holly arrive back at the cottage to find the place deserted, not even a scribbled note on the kitchen table? I hold the mobile to my ear and as if by magic, this time the call rings through. Hello, Chris Flynn's mobile, how may I help you? A chirpy voice asks. Holly, let me speak to Dad, I bark. Oh, hi, Scarlett, she says. I'm in the dentist's waiting room playing Snake on the mobile. Holly, it's an emergency, I tell her. Let me speak to Dad, okay? Scarlett? Dad's voice comes onto the line. What is it? Dad, I've been trying to get you for ages, I blurt. You have to come quickly. Claire fell off a ladder and hurt her head, and there was a terrible storm, and 2 Americans gave us a lift to Castlebar Hospital. The doctors think everything is fine, but you better come quickly, Dad, because she's having the baby, okay? There's a silence at the other end. She's having the baby? Dad says carefully. Yes, I said so, didn't I? There's a muffled crash at the other end of the line, and then Holly's voice is back. He dropped it into a potted plant, she says, exasperated. Lucky I'm here to take charge of things, but I guess those fillings will have to wait. Shame. We're on our way, Scarlett, okay? Tell Mum to hold on. We'll be there as soon as we can. The doctor comes out to talk to us. He says Claire is in good shape, that the monitors show the baby's heartbeat is strong. We've got a message through to the father, Ed chips in. He'll be here just as soon as it's humanly possible. An hour, maybe? A lot can happen in an hour, the doctor says. Claire's asking for you, Scarlett, and you, Sylvie. If the father doesn't get here in time, how do you feel about being Claire's birth partners? Sylvie beams. Try and stop us. I say nothing. I can think of about 1 million reasons why I shouldn't walk through that door. I am clueless about childbirth and babies. When we had that sex education film at school, I pretended I was sick at the childbirth bit and hid out in the girls' loos writing rude things about Mrs. Mulhern on the cubicle door. I don't like pain and I can't stand the sight of blood. I hate hospitals and it's not even like Claire is any relation to me. Not really. I'd be better staying out of it. Seriously. Scarlett, the doctor says, she really wants you with her. I take a deep breath and all in a rush I remember that it's Claire in there and that she needs me. I can't let her down. In the delivery room, Claire is kneeling on the bed, hanging on to the metal rails at its foot. She's wearing a weird hospital nightie and the look of someone who is battling hard. Sylvie strokes her forehead with the wet wipes and I hold her hand, telling her to hang on. Dad's coming, and Holly. The midwife bustles around us, checking the monitor, resting her hand on Claire's stomach with each contraction. Outside, the sun is shining, like there was never a storm or an accident at all. The contractions are so long and strong now that each one seems to merge into the next. Claire has been given a tube to gulp down gas and air as each new wave of pain hits. But still she grabs onto me, her hands clawing into mine as she struggles back from each onslaught. I'm sorry, Scarlett, she grins, her face red with effort and damp with sweat. I didn't plan on this. It's okay, I tell her. You're doing great, Claire. Keep going. Count to 10 and remember to breathe. Claire laughs, even through the pain. Now, where have I heard that before? Come on, honey, Sylvie says. You're almost there. But almost there seems to last forever. Claire looks drained, exhausted. She slumps, defeated, against the foot of the bed. Too tired, she whimpers. I want to shout at Sylvie and the midwife, scream at everyone to do something fast, because it's clear to me that Claire has had enough. She needs help, medicine, doctors, something to put an end to all this. Instead, she opens her eyes and pulls one last effort from somewhere. I need to push, she says, and the midwife does a quick check and tells her to go with it. The contractions are stronger still now, and Claire pushes down with each one, her face scrunched up with the effort. You're doing great, the midwife tells Claire. I can see the baby's head. One more push. She goes to the door and calls to the doctor. He slips into the room soundlessly, moving about quietly, working with the midwife. In the brief rests between contractions, Claire seems to drift. Scarlett, she murmurs, are you there? I'm here, I tell her. Then her face crumples and darkens and she's pushing again. Yeah, she groans. Almost, the midwife says encouragingly. One more, one more. Claire groans and pants again, and suddenly the midwife is cradling a tiny purple-pink baby, sticky with blood and greasy white stuff. The doctor bends over the baby, blocking my view. Buzz for paediatrics, he says quietly, and the youngest nurse bustles out, blank-faced. Then there's a tiny gasping cry like a cat yowling, and Claire's eyes fill with tears. You have a baby daughter, the doctor says, and the baby is wrapped in a soft white blanket and laid on Claire's tummy for a moment. She's tiny, her face crumpled up as though she's angry with the world. Hey, hey, I whisper. I touch her tiny clenched fist with one finger. She grabs onto it and opens her milky blue eyes at me. She's the most beautiful creature I have ever seen. Suddenly, it's hard to focus. My eyes mist and fat, salty tears roll down my cheeks. I've never felt so happy before, so full of love, so much a part of things. Then everything changes. Sylvie is behind me, pulling me back from the bedside. The young nurse is back, a woman doctor in tow. Let's get this young lady checked over for you, the new doctor says smoothly, lifting the baby from Claire's arms. She's come along a little sooner than expected, so we'd like to keep an eye on her, make sure she's breathing properly. Breathing? Claire asks, alarmed. Just a few tests, the doctor says gently. She tucks my brand new sister inside a crib trolley and wheels her away out of the hospital delivery room and down the corridor to special care. What's happening? I ask Sylvie. Where are they taking her? Sylvie slips an arm around me and leads me to the door. She's 5 weeks early, she reminds me. She'll need some extra help for a while. It'll be okay, Scarlett. Wait and see. Your sister is going to be fine. I look over my shoulder and see Claire leaning back against the pillows at last, crying softly. It just about breaks my heart. Ed and Sylvie promise they'll stay with me until Dad and Holly arrive. When did you last eat? Ed wants to know, and when I think about it, I realise I've had nothing since breakfast. Sylvie flings an arm around me and the three of us head off to find the hospital canteen. I could murder some fried chicken and whipped potatoes, Ed says, and some real coffee, not that stuff from the machine. I don't care what it is, Sylvie laughs, as long as it's good. Delivering babies is hard work, huh, Scarlett? I say. Look, do you mind if I see you in there? I need to find a phone box. Use my cell phone, Ed says. Okay, thanks, Ed. I'll see you both in a minute. They walk off down the corridor, following the signs to the canteen, and I sink down into a blue vinyl chair in another waiting area, outside a different ward. I punch the numbers in, press call, and wait. Hello? Alima's clipped voice responds. This is Sarah Murray's secretary. What can I do for you? I need to speak to my mum. It's urgent. Scarlett, Alima squeaks. Great to hear from you. Putting you right through. I blink. Alima has never put me right through to Mum before, not in living memory. Scarlett? Mum's voice sounds high-pitched and strained. Sweetheart, is that you? Mum, I say. Scarlett, I'm so glad you called me at last. I've missed you terribly, she babbles. Did you get my phone messages? I'm not sure your dad's been passing them on. Did you get my letters? I got them, I say shortly. All the messages, all the letters. I see. Mum clears her throat. That's okay then. I was just worried, Scarlett. Connemara is so far away. You were right, darling. I should never have made you go. I mean, you were never going to fit in there, were you? Not with them. You belong with me. I should have listened. Mum, I interrupt. Listen now. Claire's had a fall. She's had her baby early, 5 weeks early, and the doctors have taken it away to the special care unit. And Ed and Sylvie are looking after me, but nobody actually knows what's happening. Claire's crying, and Dad's not here, and what, darling? Mum asks. A noise that's somewhere between a gasp and a howl leaks out of my mouth, and I know I can't hold it together for much longer. I can taste tears again, wet and salty, sliding down my face. What do I want from her anyway? I want her to be here right now, to wrap me in her arms and wipe away my tears and make everything all right again. Like that's ever gonna happen. Doesn't matter, I say into the mobile. Bye, Mum. So there's the end to another chapter. And I think the seagulls kind of left us alone, but the playing kids were definitely enjoying themselves there. I hope you've enjoyed that chapter. Very dramatic and still keeping us hanging on as to what might happen next. Please take care, all of you. Stay safe, stay well, keep smiling, and promise that you will be here tomorrow for another chapter of Scarlett. We only have a couple more, I think maybe 2 or 3 chapters left to go, so don't miss out. I will see you then. Take care.